Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. It is Tuesday. Oh my gosh. I hope y'all are having a great Tuesday. I am excited to be here. We are all the way in chapter 14. We are almost finished. There's only two chapters left after this chapter. So I hope that you have your pen, papers, your water, your tea, your juice, whatever it is that you drink in the morning, an open mind so that you can absorb all the things. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So good to see you all here this morning. It's going to be a great conversation. This topic is always fun. So, welcome, welcome, welcome to all the people that are here. Um, it's Tuesday, y'all. It is at the beginning of the week. We're going to have a great week. And I am excited to be here. So, again, get your paper, your pen, your iPad if you take notes, whatever it is that you like to do in the morning. I mean, not in the morning, whatever you like to do to take notes so that you can remember the things that you learn. And then get your water. I have my water. Because I'm doing 75 hard, y'all, and I'm got to drink a gallon of water every day. So I got to start drinking as soon as I wake up in the morning. Because if I drink too late, it's not good for me in the middle of the night. Okay. But welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so excited. Lots of greatness to be happening here today. Chapter 14, The Sixth Sense. Hmm, good stuff here. So, yes, we'll get started shortly. We get all the things that you need so that we can have a great conversation. And I'm going to ask y'all to chime in because a lot of y'all been here throughout this whole process. So, we're going to co-facilitate this thing together. Okay, y'all going to tell me what y'all been doing over this last year. Because it's been almost a year, maybe even more since we started this book review.
Yeah, I think so.
So, so listen, y'all got the knowledge, okay? Y'all got the wisdom.
Right, bring the voices. You don't have to do this alone.
We're gonna do this together. Because when you say it out your mouth yourself, sometimes it sticks different when somebody else says it. Okay, sweetness, I see you. I see you. Okay, you got you know. It's going down. It's going down.
Wake up, everybody. It's time to get up. Wake up, everybody. It's time to get up. Stay woke, stay woke, stay woke. It's time to get up. Stay woke, stay woke, stay woke. It's time to get up. We're healing, we're dealing, we're growing. Together, together, releasing. We're teaching, we're moving. Together, together, we're learning, discerning, we're striving. Together, together, we're leading, connecting, transforming. Together, together.
Y'all. All right, so we are going to do a book review of all the chapters before we get into 14. Because one of the things that it talks about in chapter 14 is that you can't really fully uh, appreciate or embody the sixth sense if you haven't been doing the first 13 or 12 because it's 15 steps. So the first chapter. And for those that have been here since the beginning or throughout, feel free to jump in. What is chapter one about? What are we talking about in chapter one? Who remembers? Who has their book or their notes? What's chapter one? Before you even get into the steps, what's chapter one? The power of thought. Anybody want to talk about the power of thought? I know it's early, but we're gonna get our brain cells going early because this is some meaty information. Okay, so chapter one, the power of thought. Anybody tell me what they remember from that chapter?
I can jump in.
Hmm.
Um, that our thoughts create reality, that our thoughts can determine the good and the bad. How we feel about money, how we feel about ourselves. We manifest based off of the our thought patterns and what we call in. And where we let God or whoever you believe a higher power is, the universe, once you put that energy out there, again, good or bad, it comes back.
Yes, it says that thoughts are things, and every achievement starts with a thought. And like you said, whether it's positive or negative, we create the world that we live in. So even what sometimes we have thoughts, and the Bible says the power of life and death are in the words that come out your mouth. So it starts with the thought. And in the thought, if then you say the words out your mouth, then it's even more. So you can change your thoughts. You can shift your thoughts because the thoughts are going to come. Negative thoughts are going to come. It's like, what do you do with the thoughts when they come? You replace them. You replace them with something else, something that you want to see. We don't dwell on the things that aren't working out or the things that aren't what it is that we've been saying. Even if we see things opposite of what we're saying, we keep saying the thing that we want. We think the thoughts that we want. So the power of the mind is I don't think we take that into account as enough as we should because that's where everything starts. And we are where we are today if we reflect, if we just sit quietly for 2 seconds and think about where we are right now. Is it where we want to be? And how are our thoughts helping us to get to where we want to be? What do we think when we wake up in the morning? Do we think that it's Monday? I'd be excited for every day. I don't even, sometimes I get lost in the day of the week, right? But a lot of times people are like, oh my God, it's Monday, or thank God it's Friday. Well, thank God it's Wednesday, because I didn't woke up and I got things to do today and I'm about to get out here and change the world. So it's even small things that we say that we might not even like pay attention to, but it's so important that we take control over all of our thoughts and replace them with things that we want to see, not just what we see. It also says that your reality is shaped by the mental seeds that you plant. So, yes. All right.
Even
So,
the
we're going to
energy
go.
you put behind it, like the
Hmm.
conviction. So if you're saying something negative and you're like, you really believe it, whether you really believe the positive or the negative, it's the
Hmm.
energy that you put behind it.
Oh, that's
Hmm.
so good, right? Because people be like, some people are like, oh my God, today's going to be a good day. But then you don't really believe it's going to be a good day. Like,
Right,
you just
exactly.
saying it, but you don't believe it. Why are you saying it like that? I don't feel no excitement coming from
Hmm.
the words that's coming out your mouth.
You don't
So
believe it,
that
right?
is that is so good. That is so,
Mhm.
and that really takes us into the next chapter, chapter two, because when we talk about having a burning desire, so chapter two talks about having a burning desire for something, and it gives us 6 steps. Who remembers the 6 steps? Anybody remember the 6 steps in chapter two? I'm gonna cut and paste them in.
Well, you know the exact amount of money you want? That was one. Huh?
Keep going. You know the rest.
Oh, this is the exercise that I did.
Yes,
Something about giving service back.
yes.
Uh,
Uh-huh.
and then I don't remember all of them, but like giving service, having the date that I wanted, and then
Mm.
and then there was a statement involved.
Yes. I mean, listen, that's better than not knowing none of the steps, okay? Do you still have your statement? Do you have the statement that you wrote?
I don't know where I wrote that down. I have to look in one of these thousands of notebooks. But I could go back to the session, the recording.
And go find it and pull it out.
Yes.
So, so the 6 steps: fix in your mind the exact amount of money that you want and what you want it for. Then decide what you're going to give away. So one of the things that the book talks about is you can't get anything without giving something, and giving not just to receive but giving from a generous place, like you just really want to give, you want to help people. And so giving something, so if you do coaching, or if you paint and you just want to give somebody a beautiful painting, right? Like, it's all about the gifts and talents that you have that you are giving to the world. So what are you going to give away in return? You also want to set a deadline for that amount of money that you want to come in. And you want to create a clear and definite plan. So if you say, I want to make $100,000 in 6 months, how are you going to make $100,000 in 6 months? What are you going to do to get that $100,000 in 6 months? You got to, like, what are you going to, how are you going to bring in that money? So it's not like the money's just going to fall out the sky, right? So this is action based. None of this is like just going to fall off the tree. No, no, no. There's work involved in all the things, right? Nothing is just given to you, so you have to work for it. So what are you going to do? What plan are you going to do to create that $100,000? And then you write a statement. So the statement goes the amount of money, what you're going to give away, the date, and so then you read it out loud every morning and every evening until it happens. Does anybody remember? Does anyone have a statement? Now, this was chapter 2, so the people that have been here for a long time, y'all should have a statement. And if you don't know it, if you had it and you wrote it or you started it and you don't know where it's at, I need you to pull it out, because it says read it aloud twice a day. So the book is an action book. The book is not one of the books that you just said, oh, this is nice. That was a good book. No. Mm-mm. There's stuff you got to do with the book. There's stuff that you got to do with the things that it says. So does anybody have a statement? Or do we want to, does somebody want help creating one real quick?
I was gonna say maybe we can make one right here now.
Mhm. Who wants to volunteer to create a statement that they're gonna read twice a day until that happens? Anybody? We gotta use all our brain cells this morning.
I'll try again.
You know
Okay.
what's so sad for
Oh,
me?
Veronica? Okay, go ahead.
Uh-huh.
I've been following it and I've been writing, but I write in different books. So
Right. I can't
I'm
find
running,
mine.
I'm running around trying. I know I have my list of 300 right here.
Mm-hmm,
And I know
mm-hmm.
I had each chapter, but I can't find it. I knew I did. And so this is my lesson today is I should have had one book with the title Think and Grow Rich and
Mm-hmm.
always go back to it.
Mm-hmm.
And I apologize to you for that.
No, no, no. Listen, you are closer to where you want to be than not doing nothing at all. Having 10 books with 10 notes, that means you need to wrote something down. So, but we do want to get one notebook. We do want to get one notebook. So go find a notebook
Because
real fast.
right now I'm looking at auto suggestion. I'm looking at
Aha!
chapter 6, imagination. Um,
Yes.
and I'm looking, but I cannot find the and I apologize to myself and to you that I'm out of order.
It's the
That's
perfect
how,
time to get in order.
yeah. So I'm looking for it. I see five, and I go. I'm looking.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
You want to try again, Veronica? Maybe you got a new statement. You want to create something new today?
Absolutely. Let me
Oh,
go.
okay, great. So Veronica is going to
Okay, so
rework hers.
Okay.
so go ahead. You can start me in my working my statement, and I have one
Okay.
book.
So first we're gonna think about the amount of money. And you can think back to, if you already have a statement, kind of think back, because a lot of times we just need to re-jog our memory of what we put out there the first time. So think about how much money you wanna bring in.
Okay, so I could go back to my list of 300,
Hmm.
and I just added something to it because I wanted um $10 million,
Okay.
right? And
Yes.
I had a list of the steps the things that I wanted. Well, one of the things that I just added, yes, it says here to have $10 million.
I love it.
I was going to clear, and with the money, I added this week that I was going to donate $100,000 to the Noble Touch organization.
Okay.
And then I was going to pay off my mortgage, clear my land, and create and fix the pond
Mm-hmm.
and add a walking path.
Mm-hmm.
That was the vision for when I immediately got the money. Um, I wasn't going further with it at this point, but I know that that's in my list of 300, and it has not left it. It's still prominent for me.
I love that. So let's create the statement, right? So you want
Yes,
$10 million. Dollars.
yes.
What you do? Tell me what you're gonna give away again.
I was going to start by giving $100,000 to the Noble Touch.
Okay, so
So
you want $10 million. Dollars. You're gonna give $100,000 to Noble Church. When do you want to have $10 million? Dollars?
I think initially I had said by 2026. I think
Okay.
that's what I had put into my plans because I had a list of items and helping my children and paying off debt.
Mhm.
Um,
So let's think
and
about the exact date in 2026.
okay, I'm gonna put down in my book um December
Okay.
20
December 1st, December 31st.
December 1st,
Okay.
2026.
Okay,
I
so we
will,
have step one, we have step two, we have step three. Now, this is
well,
the nitty gritty. Create a definite plan. So, what is your plan? How are you going to obtain $10 million? Dollars? What are you going to do to obtain $10 million? Dollars?
on my list, I said I was gonna win it, right? I said I was gonna win $10 million because I'm looking at it on my list of three on my list of 300 right now.
Okay.
And um I don't play the lottery a lot, but when I do play, I play it with intention to win.
Okay. That's
And so
lovely.
um
But
so
for today, we're going to have
I
it.
I'm gonna set an intention
What's the,
to obtain $10 million. I'm writing it out by December 1st, 2026 through,
I'm going to pause you before you write that down.
yes,
Okay. So
yes,
winning the lottery is lovely. And if you
I
win the lottery,
know,
that means you're going to have $20 million. Dollars. Okay. But for this
yes,
activity, I
yes,
want you to think about something that you are going to do to
uh-huh.
bring in the money.
Okay, okay.
Okay. So if
Um,
you, what do you do? What do you do that can provide resources to bring in the
okay,
money?
so one of my things that I put down here is that I wanted to be able to sell a quilt for $10,000. I That's those tens keep ringing for me, right?
Okay.
So when we did this, um, I sold a quilt for 2,500.
Okay.
And so that made me believe that I'm getting closer to that 10 goal,
Mhm.
which was
Mhm.
$10,000, that $10,000 quilt. I had put it down and it's still on my list. And had I put the 2,500, I would have checked it off.
Yeah.
That's the check off on my list of 300.
So let's think about how
So
many quilts do you have to sell for $10,000 to make $10 million? Dollars?
I would say that I would not only be selling quilts, but I would
Mhm.
be selling books.
Okay.
So my through my book sales,
Mm-hmm.
my quilting. And so when I say quilting,
Mm-hmm.
I will not only be selling quilts, but I will be selling my gift of quilting. So I could be teaching,
Come on.
I could be traveling,
Mm-hmm.
which I've already done overseas.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like that what I have to offer will become more and more valuable
Hmm. I love that.
by
So what, I
2026.
love that. So we're gonna make money through making selling quilts,
Hmm.
also teaching people how to make quilts.
Yes.
We're gonna do that internationally, and
Hmm.
you're gonna sell books, products to get to your $10 million, right?
Yes. Yes.
So that's beautiful. So let's read your entire statement.
Okay. So I started off by saying I will set an intention to obtain $10 million by December 1st, 2026 through book sales, my
Mhm,
quilting, teaching
mhm.
quilting, and to get, and I stopped here. So I know I have to rework the last line.
Uh-huh.
Teaching quilting
Yep.
and
Don't forget to add what you're gonna give in return. So that hundred
okay,
thousand dollars that you said, add that to the
yes,
statement. So that's good. One of the things that I want you to work through is how much you're going to bring in from each of those things to
1 minute
get
video. Listen, what?
to
How much will I bring in from?
each of those items. So, how many books do you need to sell? How many quilts do you need to
Oh,
sell? So, be very specific to get
oh,
to if you need to send,
okay.
make 100 quilts to
I
get
would
to.
want to be a New York Times bestseller.
Mhm. All things, you can do all those things, but how many books are you going to sell? Right. So if we want to get to the definite amount, we have to be super specific in how
Okay,
much we want to make with each of those things. So you can have multiple
okay,
avenues to bring in resources, but
yes,
the amount,
okay. Number of
right? So
books.
how much you're going to make from the books, how much you're going to make from the quilts that will equal $10 million.
Okay, I'm gonna work on that.
Okay. Beautiful. It's
Okay.
beautiful. And see, everybody, you can do that. And that took us what?
Thank
Ten
you. Hold on.
minutes?
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do it right now.
Okay, I love it. Just get your calculator out and make some. Before we end, I want you to give me those specific numbers that you're going to do.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thank you, Veronica. That
Thank
was
you.
good. Uh-huh. All right. I love that. I love that. So one of the things that says in chapter 2, a wish becomes a burning desire when it's specific and written down. So the Bible says write the vision and make it plain. So you got to write it down and be very specific. Because if you're not specific, it's harder to know what it is that you're working towards and how many things that you have to do. So that's why you want it to be super specific. All right. Any questions about how to create your statement from chapter 2? And if you go back, read chapter 2, listen to chapter 2, it's very specific and detailed on how to create your statement. So it'll help you walk through it. Or you can go back and listen to this, whatever you want. All right. Chapter 3. Chapter 3 is on faith. Faith is belief applied to desire. So faith is like you have faith that everything is going to work out, like, but you don't worry. We're not worrying because we believe that all things are going to work out. So faith is the what you can't see, what you don't know the outcome. It's like leaving a job that you feel like God is telling you to leave your job, but you don't know how you're going to make money after you leave that job. You're not sure, but you have faith that it's going to work out. Like you are confident that this is what God is telling you to do. And when people ask you why are you doing that, how you going to do that, and you be like, oh no, God gonna work it out though. And because you have faith, the things happen, even like that you didn't plan out. It just naturally happens. So when you think of faith, what does faith mean for you? And what examples do you have when you stepped out on faith and things worked out? Any examples?
Well, I'll go back to the energy that I was talking about before.
Hmm.
That confidence, right? Of like, I know it's going to be taken care of. And I believe that when I show God that I have a certain level of faith and trust in Him, I think the faith equals trust for me.
Hmm.
He's like, oh, okay, so now I can do this for you because you show me that you trust me by way of the way I'm acting, the way I'm thinking, the way I'm operating, giving it to him, or I'll say like I'm putting it on the altar, and this is not my battle, and I know that he's going to take care of it for me, but I also act like he's going to. I'm not micromanaging God in what he's doing. I'm letting him take the wheel and just fully allowing him to show up and show out in my life. And that's happened with a number of jobs, and even recently I released one role, and then I was like, I'll figure out and what the rest of the year will look like, and I got two different opportunities,
I love
but I
it.
didn't have to say anything. I just was like, I
Um,
know it's gonna work out. It's gonna work
work
itself
out.
out. It always does, and that's what I mentioned before. Like I never need for anything, especially with money. Like I would say my affirmations, money comes to me easily, and it does, and it might not be huge amounts of money, but it always shows up on time, and I never have to worry about it. And sometimes it scares me when I'm like not worried because of, maybe one day it won't work, but then that's the fate, then that's the negative thoughts, right? And it's like, but
Mhm.
it has. So when is it not? Don't turn that off. Don't turn that feeling off. But it's a lot of it is me showing God that I have the faith. It's like I put in the chat, you can't pray and worry. So I'm not saying these things and then worrying about it. I'm saying them and then I'm giving it to him, showing him like I trust you with this, and to order my steps to walk in the way in which I will receive what you're bringing. So it's like building that relationship with him of trust.
Oh, that's so good. One of the things that you said is affirmations. So that is
Yes,
one way that you build your faith is through auto
absolutely.
suggestions, which is the continue to repeat something, and affirmations and visualization. So like when we have
Yes,
vision boards,
resolutions.
we have
Yeah.
the list of 300 that we talk about. And so when you have those things in your mind, and even scriptures, having scriptures that are talking about faith and what it looks like to have faith, it's like when doubt comes, because you are feeding yourself with all this positive stuff every day, you have something to pull out. A
Mhm.
resource bank in the back of your mind, because that's what you've been feeding yourself. And so it's there when those negative thoughts and doubts come, you just pull it out, bring it to the forefront, and be like, you know what it is, it's gonna work out. So I love that example. Like you left one job and then you got two other opportunities that still brought in resources. So it's
Yeah.
just a lot of times when you step out, you do that thing and then the things happen, but the things don't come sometimes until you do the thing that you need to do to step on faith. So
Right. And the
great example.
blockages, yeah, the blockages that come, if you don't step out and do the things, right? It's like you just sitting here and there's things waiting on the other side if you just move forward with them.
Mhm.
And I also want to share about the affirmations. I always do them like first, second, and third person because I
Mhm.
hear things differently. Sometimes I
Mm.
believe things more coming from other people at times. I had to build that muscle of listening to myself. So I would say, Shan, money comes to you easily. It was money comes to me easily. Shan, money comes to you easily. Money comes to Shan easily. So
Mhm.
hearing it in three different voices, the frequency or the belief I had in those statements were different. Like hearing someone else say, Shan, money's gonna come to you easily was more for I could understand that more, take it in more than me saying it to myself at one point. But now that first person statement, like it rings differently for me.
I love that. I love that. That is beautiful. Faith is the bridge between thought and reality. And it's not easy to have faith. You have to build, it's like a muscle you have to build. And so once you continue to build it, you have more faith for greater things because you've built that muscle. It's like working out. Like the more you work out, the heavier lifts, the weight you can lift. Same thing with faith. The more that you have faith and you see things work out, the more that you then have what's the word that people use? Like extraordinary faith, where like anything is possible. If I could think it, it could happen. So yes, thank you for sharing. All right, chapter 4, auto suggestion. It kind of goes back to what we talked about in chapter 2, that repetitive reading, that statement morning and night. If you have affirmations, reading them. And so you're putting those into your subconscious mind because you're repeating those things every day. Does anybody else have affirmations that they say or things that they do every day? And one of the things that Chantel did this earlier is you speak it with emotion. So like you feel that thing. Like when you talk about Veronica, I'm gonna make $10,000. gonna make $10,000. I'm gonna give $100,000 away. I am gonna sell some quilts and some books. Like you don't have to be that dramatic. Slightly dramatic, but you can whatever you but just having that emotion behind the things that you want, like builds that desire. Like you can hear the desire. So yeah, so if you don't have affirmation, if you do have affirmations, great. It's never too late to start KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken. The guy, what is his name? Colonel
Colonel? The
Sanders.
Colonel? Yeah.
Uh-huh. Did he start when he was like 63? Like, so
Maybe
it's
that's
never
why he
too
looks so
late.
old on the
Right,
thing.
because that's when he started. He took the picture on day one. Okay, that was his
That's
first day
me.
picture. Right? This
Yeah,
is this
first
is
day
when
of
he
work
started.
picture.
So we got plenty of time. Okay?
Hmm.
Plenty of time. All right. So moving on.
Oh
Chapter
wait,
five.
Sweetness has her hand up.
Uh-huh. Come on, K
Yeah.
Sweet.
Hmm.
Grand Rising.
Hey there.
So animated, yeah, that was animated. Um, and I also recommend that. So my affirmations when I wake up in the AM, I declare what I am.
Hmm.
And I say that I am relevant, I am unique, I am loved and loving.
Hmm.
Success flows through me naturally, daily.
Yes.
I walk into abundance because I am abundant. Joy is my birthright. And so, yes, I say it to feel it, for it to vibrate inside of my body, because we have to convince ourselves of the truth of the matter. And a lot of times we have to dismantle what is not true first. And so I've been doing that, and that's been working really well. And like as you did it, and you said that you are exaggerating, but it's, to get animated is to feel it inside of me, right? Because I have my
Hmm.
blood in my veins and my bone marrow and my DNA, all of that want to penetrate all of that and
Hmm.
walk in it every day. And so I'm going to do it like you suggested, twice a day.
I
Say
love that.
things twice a day, right? To walk in it and feel in it and believe the truth of the matter and
Hmm.
manifest that what I want to be. So I love love, so I have to be loved, and joy is my birthright. So, and with that,
Love
I'm
that.
complete.
Oh, thank you so much for sharing. I love that. And you see how naturally they just came out your mouth? Because when you start saying things like they become a part of who you are. So you can be anywhere and you could just say your affirmations because it is a part of who you are. So good stuff. Good stuff. All right. All right, so let's move on to chapter 5 where we talk about specialized knowledge. When we think about um the thing when we go back to our sentence in chapter 2, when we think about what it is that we're going to do, that definite plan. So that definite plan, I believe that we are all given specific gifts that we have. We have the gift of leadership, we have the gift of administration, we have gifts of hospitality. I believe all of us have a gift, and within that gift we can create things that bring in income. So if we think about hospitality, people that like to plan parties, people that want to plan weddings. Do you know how much wedding planners can make? Imagine doing multiple weddings throughout the week and how much money that brings in, and then creating a wedding agency. So then you scale the business. You're no longer doing it. You hire people. So when you start making millions of dollars, it's because you're scaling the gift that you have. So if you think about what it is that you want to do that's a specialized knowledge or building on that or a gift that you have, right? Because there's still, again, takes work and education to learn and to develop that craft that God has given you. What are the gifts that you feel like that you have that will bring in the money that you desire to have? If you think about the gift, that specific thing that you want to learn more about, you don't always have to go to school. You can get a doctorate by just reading the books yourself, right? Like you don't have to necessarily go to a school, but there, you can order the textbooks. They're on Amazon. Whatever it is that's specific to you, you can teach yourself. Now, some of us like me, we need to go to school because I won't be paying attention if it's just me. I need somebody to hold me accountable. But some people don't. Some people just can do it on their own. So if you think about what is that thing for you that's specialized for your special gift. This is important because when we're building, we're not just doing the things, we're doing things that are specific to us. So if you don't know, that's also okay. But spend some time with yourself to think about what's special about you that's different from everybody else. Because all of us are different and have a special gift. So what is yours? It's also important to seek mentors that are in the field that you want. If there are people that are already at the place where you want to be, finding a mentor that will help you or teach you or share their wisdom on how they got there so that you can get there. Again, take courses, you can get certifications, read books, and just real words you can learn from just your everyday living. So you
Sweetness
want
has her
to,
hand up. Oh, sorry.
go ahead.
I can go again, Chantel.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. So, I go into people's homes and help them do what they can't do for themselves. For right now in the season of my life, and what I recognize, they really appreciate it. And so I was asking myself, what's going on? Other than the other people who that was coming before I went, they wasn't doing nothing. So when I come and do something, they so appreciate it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so for me, I'm learning, I'm reading the room, right? Because they're all the people are different, they're men, women, black, white, and different faiths and everything. So I'm reading the room. So my gift is to offer a service that I know is important, right? I know that because I used to have to get somebody to come in my home to care for my husband who has made his transition. So I know both sides.
Mm-hmm.
And so my gifting is honoring people's worth, first
Mm-hmm.
of all, and then allowing my uniqueness and my authenticity to reach them. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's what I'm learning now. 'Cause the clients that I have now really look forward. Like Friday, I went to this guy, and he's like, "Oh, I'm looking forward to Monday because I go on Friday and Mondays." So I said, "Well, no, well, you'll miss what's the wonderfulness of Saturday if you look all the way to Monday." So he was saying that he's glad I'm there. He appreciates, how I take care of him and everything. And so I took a look at that, and I said, "Oh." And I do it effortlessly. It's not when I go to work. It's a job. It's not. As soon as I walk in the door, I know what I need to do, and things to that nature. And I do it while I'm honoring that person's worth. So that's what I am recognizing about sweetness in this particular season. I like it. It feels good in my body to do it, and the other person appreciates it as well. And with that, I'm
So,
complete.
thank you for sharing. One of the things that uh, came to me as you were talking is how do you scale that? How do you teach others to do the same thing? So the people that are gifted in caretaking, because that's a gift, taking care of people is a gift. How do you teach other people to do the same thing that you're doing? Um, and so if you're thinking about how you create your specialized knowledge or how you make money based off of what you do, teaching people, creating an organization that hires people to do that based off of the values that you have. And so you're building a business based off of the things that you love. So those are just some thoughts when we're thinking about how do we scale what it is that we are gifted to do. So,
So we can even bring that into the space. Charmaine and I, a few years ago on Woo, we both were caregivers, and so we did caring for the caregiver, the session, and did like steps that people can incorporate in their lives to take care of themselves as
mhm,
they take care of others. But that can easily be turned into a training, maybe going to um, senior citizen homes or healthcare homes or whatever,
yes.
where
Mm,
people are caregivers or once were before they sent their loved ones there, as a resource, or a training course online, like where people could purchase it and you don't have to teach them each time they download it. It could be a workbook. It could be a lot of different things, right? So using your experiences, I learned that using my experiences and making sessions out of them, or making different resources, my experience is going to give way to someone else to go through their experience. And that's another way for income because people want to know how did you do it? And you have this credibility because you did go through it as well.
That's a great point. You have credibility because you went through it. A lot of times people teach people things that they haven't gone through. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like, tell me more about how you know this. Did you get this
Mm-hmm.
from a book or did you
Right.
experience this yourself?
Right.
So
Yeah.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And even
So
with the
good.
experience of caregiving and my mom transitioning, I've been taking courses around being a death doula or transitional
Mm-hmm.
doula because I've been through that. And so, how do I help other people go through it? And you get paid to help them go
Yeah.
through this process,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
so, using my experiences, good and bad, right, to make way for more
Mm.
income because I can speak on it and people want to hear how you got through it.
Oh, that's so good. Because, you hear people say we don't go through the things for ourselves, we go through them for other people.
Exactly.
And so creating things to help people go through or get through different challenging times or building. So that's beautiful. So it's just creating the things that creating trainings and doing the things.
Yeah, like
I
I
love it.
can't teach this course if I never read the
You
book, right?
cannot,
So it's like
right?
there's no credibility here. Like Lavonya, Lavonya, what's your statement? Like you don't got a statement,
Right.
like
Listen,
that doesn't
let me
help.
tell you something. So this is probably my second book, but this is my book, and I had to go get another one.
Mm-hmm.
Can y'all see the this is
Yes.
because
Wow, wow,
I write my statement 3 times
wow.
every day.
Right.
Um, yeah. So y'all want to know what my statement is?
Yeah, sure. I didn't mean I knew you had it, but
It's fine. It's fine because listen, I got it. So one
yeah.
of the things, the other book that I read is Change Your Paradigm, Change Your Life, and one of the things it says, write a statement. It's not necessarily the one in Think and Grow Rich, but write a statement. Um, 3 times. So I said, I'm going to take my statement from Think and Go Rich and write that 3 times because it's just so I could. And
Magnify,
so my
yeah.
statement is by September 30th, 2025, I will have earned $100,000 through my coaching business. I will give away 10 coaching on Think and Grow Rich concepts and 10 coaching for adjustment for advancement coaching. I will sell my adjustment for advancement coaching for $5,000 to 20 paid clients to reach my $100,000 goal. So it's very specific.
Right.
So, listen, I don't be telling people to do stuff that I don't do myself. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Chapter 6. Listen, this is my favorite chapter. You know why? Because you can just make up stuff and you can create stuff. Imagination, the workshop of the mind. Listen, as when people talk, I just start making up stuff. And I'll be like, I have to stop my brain because I'll be just making up programs, trainings, and I'll be making it up for other people. Like it people tell me what they want to. I'm like, ooh, you should do this. Ooh, you could do that. And ooh, you should be like, Lavonya, stop it. No, I don't want to do any of that. It's like, okay, well, I just want you to know that you can. There's options to do the things that you want to do. And it does not stop. And I think the more that you use your imagination, the more it runs wild. Like some of the things that are on my list, I have my list at this. I'm actually getting on a plane after we leave here. So my list of now 400 things that I read every morning is in my suitcase. But I went to a restaurant in New York a couple weeks ago, and y'all been to that restaurant where it spins at the top? And I said, I want an apartment that spins at the top. So I came back to my hotel and I wrote on my list, I want an apartment, a penthouse apartment that spins at the top. And so somebody I was telling somebody that was there, they was like, well, how you gonna do that? I don't know. But I thought that means it can happen, so I'm gonna write it down. Because if they make this spin, somebody knows how to do it. I don't need to know. They was like, well, how much the motor gonna cost? If I have enough money to buy a spinning apartment, I got enough money to pay the person to make the motor. Like, I don't know. So people will even talk themselves out of having imagination because of the how to.
And you're not supposed to know that.
To know how, I
Right.
don't know. It's on my list, so it's gonna happen. I don't stop asking me these questions, right? Because I want them to start asking me questions because I don't want nobody putting no doubt in my head. And then also it reminds me, I can't tell you. You didn't tell me I can't tell you mine because you're gonna be negative, and that's not gonna work out for me. And so, yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So one of the things it talks about is two type of imaginations: synthetic, which is just rearranging ideas in your mind, and creative, which means they're like brand new that nobody else have. And those are the money making ideas. Is because nobody else has those ideas because they only came to you. So based off of your experience and the things that you have in your life, those are the things that create the imagination. I'm sorry. So, see you later. So yeah, so imagination. Use it. It's a beautiful thing. All right, so chapter 7 is organized planning. So we talked about in chapter 2 and the statement, the definite plan. So in order to have a definite plan, you have got to have some organized planning. So that means you have to have a schedule. You got to have groups of people that help you build it because we can't just build some of these things by ourselves. And sometimes when things aren't working out, then you revise the plan. You just be like, that didn't work, so let's not do that no more. Let's do this anymore. You don't just give up because what happened didn't work out. Like you have to create a schedule that you stick to. And sometimes the schedule can be it be piled, but you could get so many more things done when you have a organized schedule. So does anybody, how does people organize the things that they have to do throughout their day? How do you keep track of those things?
Hi, Grand Rising is Cassandra. So recently I started working with Centra AI, and so I have it automatically set up to give me a summary of what I've accomplished that day and to give me a morning summary of this stuff. Thank
What was that last part you said, Cassandra? You broke up.
you. I'm
Oh, Cassandra, can you put it in the chat maybe? You're still breaking up.
Is that okay, or is it still? I'm driving.
Oh, now it's going through. Yes.
Okay.
It's so funny. I'm trying to mute you, but you're already muted. Trying to make it. She said, "No, I'm coming through." Okay.
I got something to say.
Yes.
So
All
what
right.
I
Now,
took away
yeah.
from that was she uses AI to
For a
tell her what
summary.
she
Okay.
can.
What about now? Is that better?
No, you're still breaking up a little
Oh
bit.
no, I can't hear.
Crazy that
But
she
can
muted it. We can still hear her.
right.
Daggone.
I thought it was just on my end.
She has a desire to be heard, and so
Yes.
the mute will not stop her. Okay, that is too funny. Okay, but AI to create a schedule that I've never heard of that, but that is.
I think she said a summary of what her day is gonna be like.
Mm, hmm
Right.
hmm
Gina says Cassandra must be down in the bayou right now. Yes. For me, I use my calendar. Um,
Yes.
oh, there she goes. Let me see. How do I ask her to unmute and mute again? It might be also feedback from the last time she was speaking and catching up. So let's
Late, maybe.
see a delay.
Okay. Well, is that better?
Yes.
Okay.
Honey.
And you're actually off mute.
Yes, I did come through the bayou.
She's down in Florida and
Ah,
Yeah, what I was saying is Centra AI. I recently purchased that for my org. And so I set it to one of the automations is to start my day with like a calendar of my day, what I need. And you can also connect it to like your Google Calendar and stuff, and it'll pull over your meetings and everything. And then I also asked it to give me one in the evenings to kind of recap what I've accomplished. It gives me like an affirmation. It'll give me a fun fact. So yeah, I have two of those set up every day that kind of guides me on the different projects and stuff that I'm working on. Thank
I
you.
love that.
Can you
And
put the name of
earlier,
that in the chat?
I'm sorry, put
Can you
what?
put the name of the app in the chat?
Yes, I will. And
Thank
I
you.
wanted to say something earlier, and I knew I was in a bad spot. But when you were talking about, like how is this going to happen, when, where, what? When God tells me to do something, I just do it. I'm not like, okay, God, where the money coming from? How this going to happen? And so it causes a lot of conflict between my co-founder and I because she's retired military and she has to know every single detail, like, oh my God, we can't do that, how this, how, and that's not me. When God say move, I'm gonna move because I already know the money coming from somewhere, the supplies, the people, whatever we need is gonna be there. Thank you.
Well, I love that. And it reminds me of the value of making sure that you go into business with the right people. Because now there's a thing where, because I be all over the place, but and so sometimes people just have to like let's stay focused or something, right? But people that will stop the vision because they don't understand the vision, so you want to make sure that you're even in alignment with people that you're doing business with, so they don't stop the vision. But I love that, I love that, and yeah. But sometimes when they see it happen, when they see it work a couple times, they're gonna be like, well, it seems to always work out for you. So I don't agree with you, but I'm gonna let you do it just because they see that things work out for you. And so then they begin to have faith in you, which really is faith in God, because He's the one that's leading and guiding. That then they like that our life is what draws people to God. And right. So if we are an example and we have faith and we're showing our faith and we're doing it and we're speaking and we're saying when things happen, we tell the people, then that builds their faith. And they're like, okay, well, maybe I could have this too. Like if she could have it, I could have it. So love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. I'm gonna have to look that up. I'm gonna have to cut and paste this out the chat so that I can go find this because I think will change my life. All right. Thank you for that. All right, so chapter 8. Chapter 8 talks about decision. Procrastination is the enemy of success. So Cassandra said when God tells her to do something, she just do it. Right. We ain't procrastinating. We not waiting. Yesterday, I'm gonna be in DC this weekend and I'm trying to, spend my money wisely, right? And so I need to rent a car. And so God was like, I have a friend that's in DC that has a couple cars. And he was like, reach out to her and ask her if you can use one of her cars. And so it's like sometimes we don't like to ask people for stuff. Um, but one of the things you have not, the Bible says you have not because you ask not. So I was like, I'm gonna just ask. All she could say is no. So I sent her a message. By the end of the evening, he told me how I was gonna get the car. I had to switch my flight from one airport to the next, so that I could be closer to the job, which is actually closer to the next place that I need to go. So like the things just when you like, and I don't have to pay her for nothing. She's just gonna let me use her car for the weekend. And so if I had not have, I would have spent $300-400 and rented a car, but I don't have to because I have a relationship with this woman. We used to go to church together years ago, and she wants to help me out. Right. Like, so it's like, yeah, so I can drive. You can come pick it up. We can do this. We can do that. And it was nothing. It was nothing. So again, you have not because you ask not, and you have to ask and not be afraid to be like, well, I don't want to be asking people for stuff. People ask you for stuff. And so we're not in this, and our motives are not to use people. Our motives are just to ask because other people are also a resource. So we're a resource for people. People are resources for us. So it's okay to ask. And so, yeah, man. So don't procrastinate when you hear something and do something. When God tell you to do something, move because you might miss out. And someone was telling me the other day, if you don't do it or if you don't use the idea or gift that He gave to you, He will give it to somebody else because it's gonna come happen in the earth, whether it's through you or somebody else. So if you want Him to use you, especially if it's the gifts and things that you enjoy doing, and it can bring in resources, listen. We don't have time to procrastinate. The time is now. Okay. Okay. All right. Chapter 9 is persistence. We not stopping. We gonna keep going. Persistence turns failure into stepping stones. Listen, if the way that you thought it was gonna work out, don't, it's fine. Keep going. Like, we not stopping. We just go a different route. We go a different avenue. We figure out something else. Okay, this app didn't work. Let's try a different app. This program didn't work, or that training didn't go over well that I thought it was. What do I need to go back and do to critique it? Ask for feedback. My God, ask for feedback when you're doing things and you're doing a training. Ask people for feedback and be open to feedback so that they can help build on what it is that you're doing. Ask for feedback and then make adjustments based off the feedback that you get. Now, you got to be careful about some feedback though. So, there's that. But ask for feedback, do the thing, and be persistent. All right, chapter 10, the mastermind group. I briefly mentioned this earlier. It is so important who you connect to and who you build with, and you build with thinkers. In chapter 10, it talks about the third brain. And what happens is when two people come together and are building something and are fully invested in the idea, it builds on each other and it builds this thing that they call the third brain, which this idea would have never happened had this group of people not come together with their own experiences, their own education, and are building together. And so that again is where magic happens because it's like when you see it happen, you're like, oh my gosh, that was so good. I would have never thought of that. But because everyone's intentions is to build that thing or to be creative about that thing, and it does not take a long time. There are times when I have to create a whole day workshop with somebody and we come together and in 30 minutes we've created the entire outline, who's going to facilitate, what the topic is going to be, the conversation, and it doesn't take time because we're skilled in our different areas and we're coming together to build it. Listen, you got to be with people that you can build with, not people that are like complaining or why we gotta do that or I'm doing this thing I mentioned earlier, a 75 hard, and so we wanted to create a group of people that's doing it. And one of the ladies was like, "Well, why we got to drink in a gallon of water? Let's just do half your body weight or something." I was like, "No, that's not the rules." And we legit had a 10-minute conversation about whether or not we should drink a gallon of water. And I was like, I'm clearly just doing it with the wrong person. Like, why am I arguing with you about a outline of a program that's already set? It's not even our program. We didn't create it. What? What? So I realized I just had to find somebody else to do it with because I can't spend 10 minutes with you arguing about whether or not we should do a gallon of water. What? Yeah. So it's very important. So sometimes, and we're great in other spaces, but you can't bring someone that you're great in one space into all the spaces. So that for me was a lesson. Like, we are great together in this. Let's only do this and the things that we are aligned. Like, we don't have to do, I don't, you have to do all things with all people. You just have to have the right people to do the right things with. Okay? And okay.
Oh, Veronica had her hand up. Do you still want
Yes,
to go?
ma'am.
I got answered because when you said build with the right thinkers, build with thinkers, the third brain, I
Mhm.
started to think about when you're in communion with people that are not thinkers, what do you do? And you said, well, categorize it.
Mm.
That's what I got out of it. I got that,
Yeah.
sometimes you got to release those people and create another category, and that's what I got. I'm complete. Thank you.
I love that. Thank you. That was so good because it's not like you have to do away with them. You just know where to put them. And you know how much time you spend with them based off of whether you're adding value to their life or you just want to encourage them or you argue can build something, but it's at a specific level. That is so beautiful. You categorize people and you know when you're going around, you're very intentional about every relationship that you have, every person that you let into your space. Everything is intentional. Beautiful. Thank you. All right. Oh my gosh, it is 8 o'clock, y'all. Oh my God. Listen, thank y'all. It's been almost an hour. We got a half an hour left. We got three more chapters to get through before we get into chapter 14. So we're doing good on timing. But it's 8 o'clock and we wanted to recognize that. So if you have to go, totally understand. But thank you so much for joining us today. And we have 31 minutes left. We're going to get quickly through these next three chapters, and then we're going to dive into chapter 14. All right, chapter 11, sex transmutation. And it says that sexual energy is the most powerful energy What y'all think about that? Sexual energy is the most powerful energy, and you channel that energy through that channel passion into creativity, business, and purpose. So we're not talking about just going out here just having sex. That's not what this means. Now, if you're married, then do that, right? Make it happen. But it's talking about just that passion that turn that into creativity and building the businesses based off of the knowledge and the expertise that you have and the things that you want to do uh, to change this world and have an impact. Um, so discipline, this chapter also says that discipline plus direction equals power. Mm. Discipline, self-control, all the things. If you want to be a bodybuilder, you can't be eating fried chicken and donuts for
Oh
breakfast.
no, really? Yeah.
No,
You
mm-mm.
can't
It's just
burn
not
that
gonna
off?
work out. No, it's not gonna work out.
Yucks. Okay.
Can't do it.
I'll talk about the I guess self-pleasure and masturbation. We talked about this before on one of Marty Ness's sessions and climaxing, right? And how your subconscious, you are not attached to the results then. Like there's this climax, this peak where you you allow your mind to just be free of any distractions, any blockages. And when you start maybe manifesting or saying what you want during that time, like the manifestation is different because you are not open, you're not judging anything, you're not stopping yourself, there's no negative thoughts because you're at that peak of climax, where your subconscious is not, you know, it's not being tainted by other things.
Mm. It's very interesting. I've never heard that described like that before.
Thank you for that. So
Can I
yeah,
jump
that's
in? You know,
yeah.
Chantel, it really that struck me because, all right, so I'm on this 21 acres, right? And I
Mhm.
want to manifest. I'm manifesting. I took the class in how to grow elderberries because I feel like that's going to
Oh,
be
good, yes.
the thing that I could do the best and the easiest,
Uh-huh.
right? So I'm working on this class and everything, right? And then I knew that I went to take another class at Virginia State. And they told me I have to have a fence up to keep the deer out.
Hmm.
It was exhilarating. It was like what you just described.
Hmm.
That the act of getting the fence put up that day was a sexual. It was like you accomplished something and you felt it in every way that you could feel,
Hmm.
Mm.
and that woke up something for me. I
Hmm.
appreciate that you could connect the act of getting something completed
Hmm.
to a physical feeling.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
gratifying.
Hmm.
Sex is so gratifying.
Right, right. And sometimes we make it shameful as well.
Yes. Yes.
And then Nikki, who used to be on here, she's a sexologist. She was saying like life is orgasmic, right? And so
Mhm,
those orgasmic
mhm.
feelings, we should always feel those. It's not just during sex as well.
Thank
Um,
you.
yeah, thank you, Aranka. And Gina, please share what you were taught too, because sometimes I'm not sure if anyone else heard this before. And this is
Oh,
Lavonya, definitely not
yeah,
me.
definitely. Just that that the transmutation of the sexual energy is just incredibly powerful. And that's why it's very important if you're going to exchange your sexual energy, you have to exchange it with the right person and with the right intention. That is important. It's just like if you pick up energy, you give it, you receive it. So sex is one of the easiest ways to transmute energy. You're literally blending bodies. And so, but also is the most creative energy there is. That's why we have people after sex. That's where you get people from. You creating life. So sometimes, if that's what your goal is, again, you got to be intentional
Mm.
with your sex. And also that in that moment of climax, it is the most open that you are. And it is where your intentions, the things that you're trying to manifest, you plant them there.
Mm.
You plant those things in that moment which is like, it's like, okay, wait, am I supposed to be thinking now? Am I supposed to be remembering this in this moment? Yeah, you can, but if you do, if you can, you will then, it's just a really powerful time because the energy is so high. So it's a powerful time to manifest things, to plant the seeds of the things you want to manifest. Climax is a very powerful time to do that. And who taught me this? I don't know. I think, my sister. Yeah, I would say she taught me that. She studied a lot of things, and one of them I think was like tantric sex. And yeah, so that's part of that knowledge. So yeah, when you said that, Chantel, I was like, oh yeah, that's true. So I think everyone should know that. And yeah, that's what I wanted to say. And
Thank you for sharing.
sure.
Mhm. We all just learn stuff from each other. Like, I
Guys,
don't
that's
think
what
I've
this is
ever,
for. Your face is so perplexed. It's like, what?
never. I'm like, my gosh, I feel like now I need to take a course in sex. Like, what? I had no idea.
That's where all the manifestations lie, everybody. Find you someone or don't find you someone. Do it yourself. As long as you hit that peak.
Don't be reckless out here in these streets.
Right,
Okay. He
exactly.
said, listen, don't misuse it. You better act right. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's great. I gotta do some more research. Not today though. I got after later. Okay. But that's good. So thanks for sharing. All right, the next chapter, chapter 12, the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind accepts repeated emotional thoughts. So you feed it with faith, desire, persistence, not fear or doubt. Same things that we've been talking about. Chapter 12 kind of just goes more into what the subconscious mind is and what you plant and multiply. So if we go back to chapter 1, the power of the thought, whatever you're telling yourself, the thoughts that you're having, the subconscious mind will take it and do something with it. So whatever you plan in your mind, whatever you're listening to, whatever you're hearing are the things that then multiply. So what do we want to multiply? So those are the things that we listen to. All right, chapter 13, the brain. The brain is both a broadcasting and receiving station. Everything that we continue to talk about is about what's going in and what's going out. And so we have to be so intentional about what it is that we're listening to, what we watch on TV. I think I've said before, I don't watch the news because it's all negative. Like I don't think nothing positive on the news. Somebody will tell me, well, what is the weather? I don't know. Let me step outside. Is it gonna rain? It's fine if it rains because I like water. If I get rained on, it's fine. Liquid sunshine. I'll be all right. I will dry off. So it's just about how you show up and being intentional about everything. I say this all the time. I live in a bubble, and only certain people could come in my bubble, and I'll only go into other people's bubbles because I'm in a place in my life where I have to be super intentional about what I'm hearing, what I'm doing, because I'm making some big moves that you know could be scary if I'm not hearing from God and what it is that I need to do. So I can't just have anybody in my space talking crazy. I just nicely remove myself. And I don't even tell people sometimes why I'm removing myself because they wouldn't understand. The thoughts would be like, I think I'm better than, or, we used to talk about these things. Yeah, well, I'm not talking about them things no more. Right? Like we want to talk about a project, we want to build something, we want to create something. I'm just not talking about the price of tea in China. I'm just not doing that. I'm not doing that unless I'm going to China to taste the tea or I'm buying the tea to sell it to make a profit. I don't want to talk about the price of tea in China. So, okay, align your thoughts with faith and purpose. Surround yourself with powerful influences, mentors, coaches, whatever you're listening to throughout the day. Sometimes I'll just have different people that are the places that I want to be that I listen to throughout the day. Um, and so that's very important. All right. So now we're going to go into chapter 14, which is my favorite chapter. I said imagination was my favorite chapter. I think they're equal. Okay. Because I like to create things. But when you start to experience the sixth sense, listen, just what happened. I explained it earlier with the car. with the clear instructions of what airport that I was gonna switch my flight to, how I was gonna get the car. Like, and when I drop the car back off, because I'm flying to Africa on next Monday, I'll be closer to the airport that I will be flying from, because that's where their house is closer to the airport. Like, and I didn't map this out myself. Like, I didn't create this myself. Like, it literally, as I was walking yesterday outside for exercise, I get these instructions. I come back in the house 45 minutes later. This is what's happening. Like, and that is my everyday. Something happens every day. I'm leaving my Friday is my last day at my job. And people have was like, and I'm really going full time to work for myself. And people are like, well, shouldn't you have another job before you leave? And I'm like, no, because it's gonna work out. It's gonna be fine. This is the time. The time is now. I'm not, what am I waiting for? When you get your next paycheck? I don't know, but it's gonna be fine. Y'all, last night I got a text message from somebody that works in US probation that said they want me to do a 6 to 12 month leadership program with their department, and I'll be the contractor. So I'm leaving the contractor. My last job is Friday. Before I even left the job, they reached out to me last night.
Secure the bag, Lavonya. Yeah, let's
And the
go.
contractor, I can't work from anywhere, right? Like, if
Mm,
I'm working for the contractor, I have to be in the United States of America, and I'm like, I don't want to do that. I want to be
mhm.
international. I have a global institute. How can I be global working in the United States of America? I can't do
Right.
that.
I have
What
a
are we
flight to
doing?
catch. I have a flight to catch.
Literally, my flight leaves today at 10:51. After we log home,
Yes.
my bag's about the door. My dad's gonna drop me off at the airport because listen,
Hmm. I
like,
got
what?
things to
You want me to be in
do.
America? No. So I can be as the contractor. I tell myself where I'm gonna work. The
Hmm.
people don't tell me because I'm my own boss. So when we say like things are gonna work out, and then people learn and see through the lives that we are lived in what faith really looks like. And I decided not to tell some people because I know they would just they wouldn't be able to comprehend, because people are more concerned for me than I am concerned for myself. Right? One of my friends was like, did you get all your shots?" I was like, "Girl, stop it. I don't have to get shot. And I'm fine. I'm healthy." Like, because people put all these thoughts in their own brains, then they put it on you. And I'm like, "Girl, we're not talking about that. We not, girl,
Yeah, what
stop."
stops them
I
from
am
doing those things?
right.
Hmm.
Because the lack of understanding or the lack of awareness, they're making decisions and judgments just because they don't know no better. And
Right.
so they want to put that off on me. So then I again decide what the purpose of this relationship for, and it's not to tell you my business because you can't handle it.
Yeah, it's also generational too, because like our parents, grandparents, like they stayed at one job for 25 years and 30 years and retired from that job. And it's like, what you mean you switched, or you just left and you don't have a plan and things like that. So, and then they worry for you as well. But those are things that stop them.
Yes, yes. Cassandra, I see you got your hand up.
Yeah, and the thing about that is like right now, even with all of 300,000 Black women have lost their jobs due to the federal cuts and all of the craziness. And those people have been on those jobs for years. And
Yeah.
that's what I tell people. My faith is not in a job or the person that signed a check. Because guess what? God will snatch the money out the bank and they can sign all day and I still won't get paid. So my faith is in God, not these systems that are failing, today, even the money system. My mom, everything I do, did you get paid for it? Did you get paid? That's not what it's about. That's not what it's about. I'm not a slave to the almighty white dollar. No, absolutely not. And she just does not get that because she's worked 2 or 3 jobs her entire life. And I'm like, no, but that's not the life. that's not what I'm trying. And even with my daughter who just got her master's, and her job, they lost the contract or something. And I keep telling her, this is what I'm trying to explain to you. If you had a mortgage, if you had a car payment, you would be up the river without a paddle. Like, you need to be focused on doing some consulting, doing something out on your own where you are your own boss and controlling your own situation, in line with God, of course, but not dependent on these systems. Thank you.
Yeah, because
Thank you.
everybody
That's
said you
so
got a
good.
good government job and federal job, you secured, and then that happened, right?
Listen,
Hmm.
I left my government job. October will be a year. And somebody was like, you only got 3 more years left. You don't want to just fight it out? I, I don't fight. I've been in one fight in my life in the fifth grade. And I'm not fighting for 3 years. Stop it.
Hmm.
Stop it.
Yeah, people will tell
I
you like just push through, and it's like, no, I can't. And it's a ripple effect to your mental health, how you have, how you think in your subconscious, all these things, those thoughts become like they're not the same anymore because you've lost hope and you're tired of pushing through and you don't have time to be positive anymore and things like that. So,
Yep. Yep.
My mom cursing and crying every day on her way to that job that she been on 20 something years.
hmm,
Wow.
right, dedicate so much time to that job, right?
Yeah.
And just something else that's not even what you wanted to do in life, right? And you missed out on your assignment. God
Mm.
wanted you to do something completely different and you poured it into something else, right?
Yep.
For
Yep. So
survival.
good. So, so good. Yes. That generational thing is vicious because they mean well. They
Yes.
mean well, but that's just all they have the capacity to understand because that's all we talked about this before, all they experience. So if that's all they experience, you said she hates her job. Listen, she is out of alignment.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody that hates their job, that means you are out of alignment for what you're supposed to be doing because you should love what you do. I dream about stuff now. Like I'll dream about conversations that I'm going to have. I'll dream about places I want to go because when you read your list, especially at nighttime, and you're putting all those thoughts into your head, you go to bed with your dreams. Oh my gosh. And then you create the dream in your head while you sleep. And you wake up and be like, oh my gosh. I just dreamed that I was doing this and I was doing that and I was doing this dream and I was here because you just read the thing that you want. So it's in, you're putting it in you. I mean, y'all, this is real. This is real. And so one of the things that I said, I'm making it my mission to help people understand what alignment looks like, who you're called to be, what your gifts are, what you're talented to do, how to get out of misaligned places and get in alignment, learning who you are as a person, who is your identity, what is your purpose, and what impact do you want to have. Those three things are like will change your life if you know what it is. And you will enjoy the life that you live. And it won't be just great. It won't always be peaches and cream. You'll have challenges, but you'll know because you have faith. And we talked about in chapter 3 that things are gonna work out. Listen, listen. Chapter the sixth sense, master, it says, master first, you have to master the earlier principles, create stillness and openness. So we can't always be so busy. We also have to create time to listen and hear. Like I said yesterday, I was on that walk, like I was still, and I'm just walking, and this is what's being downloaded to me. Trust and act on flashes of inspiration. We talked about that earlier. When God speaks, you move. And use invisible counselors, which is the imagination exercise. So the sixth sense is your spiritual channel to infinite intelligence. So my sixth sense is the Holy Ghost. Okay. So the Holy Ghost leads and guides me every day. And so that's that still small voice that says, do this, go this way, go that way, call this person, Google this, look this up. I mean, it can be anything. And when I say my things map out um perfectly, timing and everything. And if something overlaps, that tells me I'm not supposed to do one of the things. And I quickly ask God, which one you want to do? And it doesn't take a long time, especially if a quick decision has to be made. He responds quickly. Like timing is everything. That's why it's like when they say move, move. Because if you miss that moment, right? Like things will still work out like, but you'll recognize why he told you to do it. And sometimes it happens immediately when it'd be like, do this, and I'd be like, is that God or is that me? And then I see why he said to do that. Like I missed that opportunity because I didn't do that thing, but you recognize it, you see it. And so these is what it looks like. What other examples do you all have for you individually that you've experienced the sixth sense? Does what I'm saying make sense?
Yes.
Gina?
Tina has her hand up.
All right. So for me, yeah, I get a lot of things like that too. Just kind of like downloads and visions, especially when I'm waking up. Like if I'm coming out of sleep, then a lot of times I'll get information and things that I need to do, instructions, and so the most impactful one so far has been the business that I was able to that I'm created. It came in a vision. It did
Mhm.
come in as I was waking up from sleep, and yeah, it was just like the vision. It was just like a clear download. Okay, this is what you need to do. You have to reverse the middle passage of the transatlantic slave trade by ship, and you have to bring people. And so, yeah, that was just like total sixth sense because it wasn't like on my radar in any fashion. It was never something I had thought about consciously, but I was getting six glimpses, six sense glimpses of it. I would get flashes, I would get images while I was sometimes meditating or
Mhm.
exercising. I would get these flashes and images, but I didn't know what they were. And then one day, God just told me exactly what to do. And so I would say that would be my spiritual channel to infinite intelligence.
Mhm.
You put it like that. I love that, with that definition. And I'm
Thank
complete.
you. Thank you. Anybody else want to share?
Chrissy?
Hello.
Hi.
Hey. I just wanted to add something. So for me, I was hearing you say kind of like, step by step and in those moments of like indecision, you kind of rely on source to give you a sense of direction, which I think is beautiful. But I wanted to add, I wanted to add that for me, um, one of my biggest things that's been really helpful because I do so much is sources told me like you don't have to do anything. You do what you want. And so I've really been like in that silence and listening and tapping in and just really being present because
Mm,
that's so important. So much more important than like looking at this fully blocked off day and all these things to do and oh, I want to do this and do that. But I've been really meeting God in stillness. And in that, I've been so free because like when you're in that place of like, oh, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. Oh, I should do this. I could. It's like, girl, slow down. You don't have to do anything because
mhm,
everything is in divine order. You know what I'm saying? Like, even
mhm,
that opportunity you thought you missed, you needed to miss it in order to learn
mhm,
and think how you do now. So it's like
mhm,
everything is literally unrolling as it should. And I just wanted
mhm.
to add that into the conversation.
That is so beautiful.
I am complete.
Thank you so much for sharing.
Appreciate you.
That when you said that, it reminded me of trusting yourself. When you say like you decide, right? Like trust that you're gonna make the right decision based off of what you know. Um, that's so good. And you can have a full day and cancel everything if you want to.
Period. If you want to,
You want
absolutely.
to listen.
Hmm.
Ah, that is
The power.
that is
Power.
right, right. So if we don't have to the rat race that people are in and they have to do this, you don't have to. Like, I'm not gonna do nothing today. You see that one of the contractor that I work for now, we have Monday meetings literally from like 9 o'clock in the morning to 4:30, like back to back. We might have 15-minute breaks in between. And I was like, when I go full blown with my organization, we're not having no Monday meetings. I'm not meeting at all on Monday. And I'm not clocking nobody's time because you need to produce products. And a lot of times when we're so focused on that 9 to 5 and making sure where was you at 2:30? Outside in the pool, swimming. Okay, getting some exercise. But when we saw, but the product is produced, or I woke up real early. I woke up and I saw it. I started working, or I decided I got some free time and I want to watch TV and knock out this assignment or do this work. I can do what I want to do when I want to do it, not because you said I should be working at 2:30. So yes, Cassandra, I see your hand.
It, exactly. I was just telling a friend that throughout my day, I'll stop and have dance breaks and this, that, the other. And I'm like, you can't just like get out of your seat and start dancing or, you know, say, hey, I'm going to go do this. You have to report every second. And she was saying how she really wish she could be home. Like if something happens with her kids or something, she want to be available and be able to
Mhm.
pick them up and, you know, take them to school and all of the things, and she can't. She has so many ideas and things that she's started, you know, and stuff like that.
Cassie, your signal.
Yeah, we've been struggling with her all morning.
Oh, okay.
All right. This time she's still going after I mute her.
She is. She is still going.
All right, so let's see. I would say Chrissy start, but she's still going.
I was gonna say I know Cassie. It's probably just her signal catching up
Yeah,
again.
that she's
Yeah.
driving.
If she wanna cut me off, she definitely can.
It's just the delay of her speaking before
Yeah.
she's driving. We've had this issue before.
Okay, okay.
You kind of just gotta let it pass.
Okay. All right.
Oh, I figured it out. Put her in the waiting room, and she'll come
Oh,
back.
okay.
New trick we learned. Put them in the waiting room, and then they'll come back. All right, go ahead, Chrissy.
I just wanted to say, the comment about the pool that touched me so much because I'm a creative director, y'all, and what we have to understand about the creation process is not to sit down at a desk at 9 a.m. and then get up at 5 p.m. and there's your output. Like it is something that is iterative and everybody needs different things. So you might need to go dip into some water and all the many things that that does for us. So like this, I haven't worked for anybody in over a decade, but y'all are absolutely right. And that system, it's not meant for us. It's not meant for us to create. So like if I will just say this to anybody trying to build their business, if you are trying to build a business, do not structure it in any way, shape, or form like that. Don't a lot of first time when you're transitioning, people like set their time up to like, oh, I'm gonna work 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and oh, I'm gonna take breaks. But like that is not how we flow, especially as Black women. Like we just have kind of like a dance, like what Cassie was saying. Like she get up from her desk and just dance. That's so necessary. We need dance breaks. We need inspiration. We need to go outside, not be looking at the time on our 15-minute break trying to rush back. Like it's just this system is just so for us.
It's okay, but we changing the system. We creating our own businesses and creating systems that
Absolutely.
people can go swimming at 2:30, and it's okay. Nobody looking for you.
Mhm.
Let me know when you get out because I got a question for you, right? And
Mhm.
it's no that also does creates people not lying because you have the freedom to be. I just need you to produce what I asked you to produce by the date that I asked you to produce it. You do it however you want to. So it creates a space of people being honest and not just making up stuff. So thank you so much for sharing. It is 8:29, y'all, and I have a flight to catch. So thank you so much for coming. I will come back in a couple of weeks to do chapter 15. And then we have one more chapter to chapter 16. So I enjoyed this conversation today. This was so great. I hope y'all have an amazing rest of your Tuesday. And I'll see you in a couple weeks.
All right, thank you. This was such a fruitful conversation.
It
And we got through
was.
14 chapters. I love how you did the
Thank you.
review and we were able to go through it. If you weren't here before, you were able to catch up. So let me see. Excuse me. Sorry, I just got to sneeze real quick. Okay.
No.
Had a little sneezing attack. So we're going to your, oh, excuse me, stretch it off.
So yes, I'm starting a 90-day intensive program on the adjustment for advancement that I was talking about. I have 3 slots left. It is 90 days. It is 3 books. You have to read 3 books throughout. There will be assignments. So if you're interested, send me a text. So the first 3 people that text me will be admitted into the program. That is my number on the screen. And yeah.
Can you describe the program again? You said we're going to
So
be
yes,
reading.
so it's 90 days. There's 3 books: Think and Grow Rich, Change Your Paradigm, Change Your Life, and Let Them by Mel Robbins. So it's structured for 12 weeks that each week you'll read a specific chapter, you get specific assignments, but you'll read those 3 books in 90 days. You'll have to do worksheets, and it's going to be a global program. So I have 3 people that are in Africa that are doing it, and the rest of the people are in the US. But I have 3 slots left because it's 10 slots. And so if you're interested, send me a text message today, because we're sending out the welcome email, all the information tomorrow. And so the first 3 people will be able to get into the program.
Right. Send your text messages 571-230-4114. How can we stay in contact with you?
So my phone number is the best way to reach me: Facebook, Instagram. That is my email and my website.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're
All
welcome.
right. And so, Lavonya, you can start packing your bags up if you want. So turn the camera off and start packing up.
Okay, okay,
Dad,
okay.
where are you? Where's the car? And thank you so
He
much
already
for,
put all the bags in. He's just waiting for me to come
yes,
outside.
thank you.
So,
I know you said like 10:51 was your flight, so thank you so much for saying yes. And
yes.
if you need to keep moving, just listen out for your love shower, okay?
Okay.
All right. So love offerings. We want to remind everybody that these conversations don't just come about, out of nowhere. We make sure that we have amazing facilitators in the space who can exchange this information with us, their expertise. And in this space, we said, and this is what we were just talking about, right? Money is my own natural energy yield. The exchange of money is energy, and it's powerful. And how we think about it, and our experiences with it, our stories around it, all to do with our energy and what you put into it, whether it's high vibrational or low vibrational energy. So we want to make sure that we're sending in high vibrational energy around money in this space, and making sure that we have the systems in place in order to keep this platform going, in order to keep Woo Nation moving along. So we encourage you to use the links in the chat, or to send Zelle, QuickPay, Cash App to the names the listed are here. The Spirit of a Woman, Soul Leadership Development at gmail.com. And you can use the code 1453 LD to let us know that you are specifically giving for today. And you can always do automated love offerings. So thank you all who have signed up to have it taken out on a monthly basis, and you continue to just give into the space and pour it into Woo. So this is a way that you could just set it and it will come out on the same day every month, and you're still contributing and giving back to Woo Nation. So up next, two of my favorite people, we have Omari and Shani. And so tomorrow, Omari will be on for our 30-minute session in her honor, the Congressional Black Caucus edition. So Omari has been taking his work with reproductive justice in honor of Shani's daughter, who passed after giving birth to her second child. We have the Aria Foundation. And through that, he has been making a gallery exhibit of women who have lost their lives across the world, Black and brown women, due to Black maternal health. And now he is taking it to DC, and he's doing big things with politics around it. So we continue to grow in this work to raise awareness around Black maternal health. So come in and join that conversation. It's 30 minutes, but I'm sure it'll be 30 minutes of amazingness and fruitful conversation. And then we have Shawnee Renee Benton Gibson, who is doing Wildin' Out Part 2, being intuitive on purpose with purpose. So join us for that as well. We have the WOW program that is coming up on September 14th, and that is for women leaders who want to wow out. It stands for Women Intuitively Leading by Design. So how are you created to be without any taintedness of the world or censorship of what people told you growing up? How are you meant to be as a leader by design, by the creator, right? And so we are going to have fun with that over the next few months. And if you want more information, I'll drop that in the chat for an intro session as well. I want to thank all of our new people who came in and joined the conversation today. We encourage you to come back and join us for more conversations and see how we do in the space with each other. It's been over 5 years and we're still coming back for more in this community where we learn, elevate, and ascend together. And you can do so by joining us on Zoom, How You Did the Day. Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays are our 90-minute sessions, 7 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. Eastern. And then Mondays and Wednesdays, we have our quick sessions, 7 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. And that's Eastern as well. We're also streaming live on Facebook. So if you can't get into the Zoom space for whatever reason, you're on the run, you can only jump into your Facebook. We are live there as well. And we bring the conversation into the Zoom space so you wouldn't miss out if you had to join on Facebook. If you want to get Woo alerts, when you're going to get text messages to your phone to let you know that we are on the line and that you can join in for that particular session, you'll text all caps Woo Nation to 74121. And then you'll be subscribed to the text messages to get reminders in the morning. So thank you, and please stay in touch. You can register online at bit.ly/wakeupmovement. Check out the lineup for the following week. And then we also have a Facebook group and a Facebook page. So you can join both, and both will have the replays on them. And then we have Instagram, Wake Up Everybody Virtual. We're building out our YouTube archives. And then if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can email us at info.wakeupseries@gmail.com. So right now I'm going to take the screen down and we are going to give Lavonya her much deserved love shower. So everyone's unmuted.
Thank you, beloved.
All right,
Thank you,
thank you
thank
so
you,
much,
thank you,
Lavonya.
thank you, thank you,
Thank you
thank
also
you.
for stepping in last
Traveling
minute
mercy,
to
Awesome.
be here and cover
traveling
for
mercy
her.
is not the
Thank you
time
for
to
this
prepare
conversation.
us
Thank you for going through these chapters
for
with
everything
us
that you pour
and
into
making
us.
this a space for us to
May
explore this
God
book
Thank
and have
you.
these
pour a
conversations.
hundredfold,
Thank you.
Thank you so
so
much.
much
Love
Enlightening
you
and
everything
all.
touch.
fun. Appreciate
May
it.
God bless
Safe
everything that
travels.
Yes,
you put
thank
into,
you.
put your
Thank
mind
you.
Safe
to.
travels, you're
You get
internationally
to it
known.
ready
Thank you,
and
Yes.
And
thank
pleasing all
you.
congratulations on leaving that
all
job. Yes,
Leaving
you
that
got
Nothing
job,
like
secured
helping
it
our
a
girl
back.
with
okay,
Tanya.
okay,
Congratulations.
Period.
Congratulations.
Yes, thank you for
awesome.
being
you
an
got this.
example of what you're
Thank
speaking
you.
of and
We
what you're teaching
appreciate
us.
Okay.
you.
All right, have
Everything
a
you
great